What's up guys, Ninth Gym here, back with another guide video. Today we're going to be talking about Grimmsnarl, because this Pokemon is really interesting, very good Pokemon. It was introduced in Sword and Shield and has been great throughout every format of Sword and Shield, even restricted formats, just being an amazing damage reduction tool that also has access to very good speed control and other tools in its Prankster arsenal. So we have two builds today. One is going to be focused on the screens with Light Clay. The other one has more so speed control tools as well, being able to like trick Lagging Tail and stuff like that. And yeah, a lot of customization options. So we have a lot of damage calcs to explain these EV spreads, but we also have a lot of options. And so, you know, when you do try this Pokemon out, just test around with a lot of different spreads. And let's go ahead and jump right into them. So for the first one here, we have Terra type Ghost because of Fake Out. We have Light Clay and Prankster. I'm not even paying any mind to the other abilities at all today because Prankster is just that good. Prankster is that guy, I'm not gonna lie. We have Reflect, Light Screen, Spirit Break, and Parting Shot. Spirit Break is of course our only attacking move on this Pokemon. You can change it, you can use Fake Out, and that's really it. You have Foul Play, a couple other options for like damage if you want to, you know, it gets like dark stab moves and stuff like that. But we're not really going to be like attacking with this guy, and if we are, Spirit Break's probably its best tool. Anyway, Fairy typing, 75 power, 100% chance to lower the target's special attack by 1. That's just incredible. We also have Parting Shot here on the Pokemon. Parting Shot is its new tool. Parting Shot was not able to be used on Grimmsnarl in last gen, and now we can use it. It's pretty solid. It lowers the target's attack and special attack by 1, and then switches, which is pretty crazy with Prankster because you can switch into something, you know, expecting some kind of attack into Grimmsnarl. Your opponent is expecting to steal move, attack the Grimmsnarl, knock it out, or at least do a huge damage through screens. And then you Parting Shot it, make its damage not very strong, and then you switch into something that resists that attack. Pretty good. So Parting Shot is a really new, useful tool to this Pokemon. We also have Reflect and Light Screen. That's the name of the games here. We got Light Clay and Screens. It's pretty good. Now, as for the EV spread for this one, we have pretty split in between just special defense and defense. 252 into HP because that's, you know, where a lot of its bulk can last or lie. A lot of its bulk is. Then we have 124 into defense and 132 into special defense. It's also Careful Nature, giving it a plus in special defense and minus in special attack, because special attack does not matter here. So why this exact spread? Well, we have some damage calcs. So let's go ahead and talk about some damage calcs. Starting off, we just got a big one, you know, a big guy in the meta right now, Garchomp. And its attack is at 252, and this is +2 from Swords Dance. No item, so no Life Orb or no choice item or anything like that, because this is the expected Clear Amulet 252 Swords Dance set. It's maybe not the most played in the meta, but it is definitely one to be aware of. We have 84 to 99%, and don't forget this is without Reflect up. So, you know, into our 252, 44 defense, and that's actually wrong. It's actually 76 to 89%, which is actually really strong. That was the number I was kicking around last build, and I felt, why not? 76 to 89% to hit KO. This is pretty good, because this is also halved in Light Screen, which would then effectively make it a 3-shot. We also have Dragon Claw doing 0, and Rock Slide doing even less damage. So overall, a very good matchup with Garchomp. Next we have Hydreigon here. And this has been very constant, very frequently played with the Steel type Terra. So it's getting its Steel type, you know, stab boost onto its Flash Cannon, 252 special attack, and Life Orb. It's hitting 86 to 101%, which is a small chance at an OHKO through no Light Screen. But if we do set up Light Screen, then we have a chance at it even being a 3-shot, which is really good, because Hydreigon is one of the other biggest beasts in the meta. Next, we have a Sylveon damage calc, and this is a pretty good one. We have Hyper Voice here doing pretty good damage, but behind no screen, once again. So we have 252 special attack, Fairy type Terra, so it is hitting 2 times stab boost with Pixelite, giving it an additional 1.2 times multiplier. So Hyper Voice is doing a lot of damage, 79 to 95%. That's quite a hefty chunk. And if it activates its Throat Spray, its second attack is going to be knocking us out even through the screen. So if we do go for the screens, then this will be doing about 80 to 48% damage, which is pretty strong. And that means if it's not Throat Spray, then we're going to live a second attack. But if it's not Throat Spray, it's probably Life Orb, which would be, well, you guys get it. You guys get it. But open team sheets. Next, we have Golden Go, and this is a pretty big deal as well. Golden Go is the most used Pokemon currently in the meta, and Make It Rain with Choice Specs and Max Special Attack is going to be taking a knockout without the screen setup. But if you set up Light Screen, then you're living this, and that's pretty good. And if they're not using the choice specs and they're using like a Life Orb build with like maybe, you know, not full attack investment, well, there's a chance we are living things, but not always. If it's choice specs, I would just imagine you have to set up a screen. And honestly, with even like a 50% chance at a no-go, I would still set up a Light Screen in front of a Golden Go. And then one last calc that I just thought was pretty interesting is Meowscarada with Play Rough from Protein, and I have it Fairy type Terra here because of the Protein buff, giving it that additional stab. It turns from 109 to 129%, which is a lot of damage, but set up a Reflect, and it's not bad. And also with Open Team List, you'll know if it has Play Rough, and then you actually have to set it up. If not, well, you probably don't have to set up the screen because its Flower Trick damage is nothing. It's not something you have to worry about. So if, you know, you look at the Open Team List and see Play Rough, well, Reflect. If you don't, who cares? That's it for the first build. Let's go ahead and talk about the second build here. Now, it's not a lot different. The spread is not incredibly different. And since we are opting to go for Reflect here instead of Light Screen, we are buffing up the special defense just a little bit more. But other than that, it's pretty close to the same. We have Terra type Ghost here, once again for Fake Out. We have Lagging Tail as the item because of Trick. Now, this is a little weird. You can also go for like the Slow Incense, I forget what it's called. Or, you know, just like switch this out for Scary Face or Thunder Wave and then just go for another screen and then go Light Clay. So there's a lot of different options here. Also, Babbery and Rosalie Berry are both very solid options. But for this build, going Lagging Tail, hold their moves last in his priority bracket. Now, this is important. In its priority bracket. That means we're still getting +1. Lagging Tail doesn't lower you 1 down in priority. It just makes you go behind anybody else that is in that priority bracket. So if you're up against something else that is also Prankster, they're probably going to move before you because of Lagging Tail. But you're still moving before anybody not with priority. So a pretty powerful tactic here is using Trick to give our opponent a Lagging Tail, and then they'll always be moving last in their priority bracket. So if you're up against, you know, you have your Grimmsnarl, you have your Hydreigon, you're up against a Garchomp, you're up against a Rotom, you give the Lagging Tail to something like the Garchomp or the Rotom, it is now moving last of all the Pokemon that are moving in that priority bracket. This is very valuable and very good. It's better than just like setting up Thunder Wave or a Trick on something or a Scary Face or on something, because this is permanent. They have this always. They can't switch out to get rid of that Scary Face. They can't, you know, heal cure. They're not getting over the Thunder Wave, but it's 100 accuracy, so you know you have that. Now for the rest of this set, we do have one screen still up, Reflect, just because, well, currently in the meta we have a lot of really scary physical attackers. We have a lot of scary special attackers as well, but we can't calc for everything, and Golden Go just is gonna hit right through this. But you know, there's more like, I don't know. There's a lot of variance here. Light Screen might be more valuable. It really depends on the rest of your team. This is just a sample set that I thought of. I wanted to use the Lagging Tail, and I fit one screen, so I built this for Reflect. That's just what I did. We have Fake Out here as well, and Fake Out is just really good. And we have Spirit Break, because we wanted an actual attacking damage move on here as well. Now for the spread here, it's pretty close to the same. We have 252 in HP, 148 instead of 124 in the special defense, and then I poured the rest into the physical defense because of Reflect. And then, you know, instead of the one additional point, we figured attack, speed, because maybe a little further sometimes. So we did that. So that explains that spread. And unfortunately, I don't really have much for like the reasoning on this spread. I was like calcing stuff, and then I'm like, yeah, it's okay. This is definitely one that I would customize if I was playing it, if I were you. But Trick, Lagging Tail is really cool. One screen, maybe two screens if you want, if you don't care about Fake Out. But I would love to land Spirit Break on the Mon. All right, that's about it for those builds. Now let's talk about some options before I end this video. First off, we have Misty Terrain. This is a really solid ability or this is a really solid strategy, being able to can't status all your Pokemon. That's really what it says. Less Dragon Power and can't status your grounded Pokemon for 5 turns. This is very solid. This means that, you know, if you have Pokemon that don't want to get burned, they're strong physical attackers. If you don't want to go Terra-type Fire or Lumberry, you just pop Misty Terrain on your Grimmsnarl and then pop it when your opponent's doing something. Now, this is also really good for Spore, so this is a solid thing for against Trick Room things. Of course, you can taunt the Amoonguss, but what if it's got the White Herb, right? You never know. You never know. We got Thunder Wave and Scary Face here for really viable speed control tactics as well. Like I was already saying, Trick, Lagging Tail is very good as well. So you have a lot of options there. We have Taunt as well, which is really good. Taunt's pretty good. And we got Fake Tears. Fake Tears is a really solid option, and it's going to come up a lot of the times. It came up a lot in Dynamax format and Sword and Shield, and I'm sure it has a lot of, you know, chances to come up and be really, really relevant here in this format as well. But it didn't land on either of my sets, so yeah, for now, it's just an option. Anyway, that is going to do it for the video today. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, especially subscribe. That's going to be it for the video. Have a good day. Goodbye.